Alright, so I'm going to show you how I feed my pet snake Gobble. She's a ball python, female. I feed her frozen thawed. That's what she was raised on. She's never refused one on me, so show you my method. Seems to work pretty well. For all the haters out there who are going to say, "Don't, that's not right," I don't give a fuck, because this is how I do it, so deal with it. And she loves it, and she's a healthy snake, so save your hateful comments for another video. So I've already thawed the rat out. Take them out of the freezer. You know, I buy the gourmet rodent. Get them at Petco. It's like $10 for 3 of them. She's on medium rats now. She's just upgraded. They sell these at PetSmart, the Arctic mice. Honestly, they kind of suck ass. They're usually always undersized and they're overpriced. And they're always bloody when I take them out of the bag, which just kind of makes for a mess. She doesn't care, but it's a mess for me. So I put them in a plastic bag. I put that in a coffee mug, one that I have designated, one that I only use for this purpose. And I use a tea kettle to heat up water, not boiling, but very warm. And I make sure the rat is completely thawed out. You can tell, you can touch it and tell that, you know, it's thawed just by touching it. You can feel that there's nothing hard in there other than like the skull and some of the bones. And then what I do is I use a paper towel, dry it off, get all that extra moisture out of it. And also, tongs. I would always recommend using tongs. Don't use your hand to feed or to just move the rat around, just for sanitary and health reasons. I picked those up at the local pet store for probably, you know, $7. It's a good investment if you're going to own a snake. Alright, so I dry it out, make sure all the excess moisture's off of there. And then, this is kind of hard to do with one hand, so maybe I'll be able to flip up my tripod here and show you guys how I do it. What I do is, maybe up here. Damn it. Alright, so anyways, what I do is hair dryer. I use my tongs to hold the rat in place, and I use the hair dryer to warm the rat up. Now what that does is it gets rid of the rest of the excess moisture, as well as warming it up. So when she senses it with her heat pitch, she sees it as prey, it gives off a heat signature as a live one would, and she goes right for it, as you'll see in a moment. So I'm going to use a hair dryer. Just put it on low, high heat, just kind of, you know, just move the rat around with the tongs, just to get all sides of it. Back, its head, its belly, its sides. Like it's getting a nice hairdo before it becomes food. Alright. Sorry you guys can't really see this. The way the tripod set up, I apologize. But I'm almost done. Alright, that looks good. And that's really all you need. Now, as you can see, the rat is kind of fluffy because it's all been hair dried. And here's Gobbles. I feed in a separate bin. I know some people say that not to do it, but I find that I get a better feeding response if I do. She doesn't like to wait for her food, especially when she hears me and smells the rat being heated up. See her? She's ready to eat. I'm going to take the top off and show you guys how she strikes. Just bear with me for a second. This is all tough with one hand. Alright, Gobbles, calm down. Dinner's coming. Alright, so finally got the top off with one hand here. And, alright, now watch. She knows it's coming, and she's not going to hesitate. Gobbles, look, dinner. Dinner. And there you go. See? Does not turn it down. She has never turned down a meal on me. I've always done it this way, and she has never turned one down. I always shake it a little bit to make it look like it's alive, and then I give, you know, I keep tugging it for a few seconds after she grabs it so she thinks it's alive. And I feed her one of these every week, every 7 days. Every 5 to 7 days, actually. She's about 275 grams, and these rats are actually the perfect size at between 50 and 58 grams. About 20% of her total body weight, which when you're feeding balls is exactly what you want. And give it a few more tugs. She's nice and tight on. And that's it. Now she's going to take her sweet ass time and take about 10-15 minutes to swallow it. And then I'll gently put her back in her home, the little home I have for her up here. And she's going to go on this side because that's the hot hide. She's going to go in there and she's just going to digest for 2 or 3 days. I always recommend not handling your snake for at least, depending on the size of the meal for her, these are big meals for her, so I don't handle her 2 days after I feed her, just to make sure she has ample time to digest and she doesn't regurge, which she's never done. She's always had good sheds for me. She's very, very healthy, very good eater. She'd probably eat one of these every 3 days if I let her, but that just wouldn't be healthy for her. And yeah, that's it. Any questions, go ahead and post them. Thanks for watching. And subscribe, because I periodically do update and add new videos of her, the aquarium, all sorts of stuff.